Judge Boyd often offers advice to people, though it can occasionally come across as a lecture to those on the receiving end. In this instance, when a woman expresses how badly she wants to go home, the judge references people finding Jesus to illustrate her point of not just letting people go without a plan, and moves into a whole religious analogy. The woman seems to find the judge's lesson more irritating than beneficial at this moment.
And on this one, Mr. Garahan, I think defense is requesting that the ISF be removed.
Yes, Your Honor, I've discussed it with probation. They've confirmed that she cannot go to ISF with the medication she. We've had several women in the jail that have been sent there, and they've been sent back because they have the same medication. What I'm recommending the court is either lifetime recovery or intensive outpatient. I'm leaning toward intensive outpatient. I think she's very motivated to get on with her life.
Well, what medications are you on and what are the medications for?
I was not aware of this program. When I got to jail, I was there about 3 weeks, and it's an antagonist for opiates. It's a whole program with the recovery motion that I'm taking, and the medication it's a blocker. So it's just no withdrawal, no break, absolutely. It just makes you have a life basically. It's
So
better
you-
than methadone. Like
So you know the name of the medication?
it's called Subutex.
Okay. And how long have you been on this medication?
3.5 months since I got to jail. 3 weeks after I got to jail.
And this program that you're in, if you're released, do you have a case manager to work with you on the dosage?
Christine Denning, she's the probation officer that heads up the MAP program.
All right, Christine, what?
Denning, she's in the probation department that runs the program, the MAP program. And also I already have a prescription in my property for when I am released.
All right, Ms. Abrams.
Yes, sir. So I did get confirmation that Ms. Danielle McNeil has been participating in the jail MAP program, and she is receiving that medication. The medication is used to treat opioid use disorder, and unfortunately, all the state programs will not provide it. We're trying to make it available in our local facilities, but we haven't gotten there either. Ms. Denning is one of our assessors, and she does work with the Center for Healthcare Services.
All right, so she will have someone through probation. Is it going to be Christine Denny that follows up?
If I would ask that if we're going to amend conditions for her release, that we start with either lifetime recovery or intensive outpatient treatment, and then amend for a Center for Healthcare Services referral. Ms. Denning is not a officer that carries a caseload, so she wouldn't be the one to follow up and make sure that she's doing what she needs to do. It would be her actual officer doing that.
All right, would Lifetime Recovery accept her? Do we know?
I don't know the answer.
Judge, we would do the referral process.
All right, here's my concern.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
want you to be successful on this probation. And last thing I want is for you to be released and then something happens, you fall off, you use,
Yes, ma'am.
because I'm not a chemist. Bashan, even though I was president of my chemist high school class, that of chemistry and physics, that doesn't mean that I'm a chemist or a physicist. So I don't know what would happen to you if you were on this drug and you decided to end up using. So I do want a placement for you. Lifetime Recovery is a very good program, and Lifetime Recovery won't take them that long to accept you. Okay?
Can I say something?
Sure.
I've been locked up for like, going on 5 months. I've never been away from my family this long. I lost my grandfather and I feel like a horrible daughter being away from my mom, can't be there. I know that I made a horrible decision. And I feel like this, Bear County broke me. I want to go home.
No, I understand you're saying that, but the problem is you're not looking at the big picture. And the big picture of this is that you were on probation, right? You were placed on probation in 2023. And then what ends up happening? You have a motion to revoke filed, and the motion to revoke that was filed against you was for a new number one. And a new number one means that you were on probation and you committed a new crime.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So where we are is there are some judges who would have revoked you and you would have been doing your time at prison and then you would have been released from prison and then it would have been, oh, well. Right.
Yes.
So I am trying to make sure that I don't see you back here again because who knows what will happen. Either you'll come back or maybe you'll overdose. I don't know. So there are consequences to all of our actions. Sometimes we don't face the consequences on the front end. Sometimes we end up facing them on the back end. But you're looking at potentially 5 years in prison if you're unsuccessful. And everybody will always tell you, and your attorney will tell you, you know what? They find Jesus at the jail, and sometimes they do. And, you know, I'm a Christian, right? So I know that sometimes people do find Jesus at the jail, and sometimes they will never get in trouble again. But then what I can tell you, about 85% of the people, and I've done the statistics, about 85% of the people who say they found Jesus at the jail, they're never going to get in any trouble again. They need to be with their family. They want to be with their children. You know, a family member passed or a family member is sick. I want to take care of them. You know what ends up happening? They get released. They go out in the world. They have the best of intentions, but then all of these temptations hit them. It's sort of like when people are on church on Sunday, when they're in church on Sunday, it is great because everybody there is saying they're going to follow the rule, the golden rule. It's going to be great. You know, you pay your tithes or whatever at the church. And then when you're released, Sunday, you're still feeling the glow. Then Monday, something hits you. Tuesday, something hits you. And you forget all about what happened in church on Sunday. And the cycle starts over. So what's going to happen is I am going to have you referred to Lifetime Recovery. And what we'll do, Mr. Young, is we'll bring her back in 2 weeks. If she is not accepted into Lifetime Recovery by that time in 2 weeks, then I'll do something else. And it'll probably most likely be intensive outpatient treatment. But if she is not accepted into lifetime treatment because she says, I'm not going to lifetime treatment, that's something
I
different.
understand that.
All right, so Ms. Abrams, and I'm sorry, State, do you have any objections to her being, the conditions being amended and altered to lifetime recovery?
No,
All right, so what we will do is we're gonna alter and amend conditions. To lifetime recovery. And Jenna, she's to be released to lifetime recovery only. A referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And continued participation in the MAP program. Is that MAP? MAT in the MAP program. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court? All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Your Honor.